Finally, let's move to the histology of the erectile components of the penis, and we have a view of that in cross-section. And what you see in cross-section are three elements of erectile tissue. The urethra, the penile urethra, is surrounded by the corpus spongiosum. The other two erectile bodies, forming much of the dorsal shaft of the penis, are a pair of corpora cavernosa that are illustrated here by the capital letters CC. These erectile bodies are separate and surrounded by elements of fibrous connective tissue at the arrow and the arrowhead. Clinically and reproductively, there are a number of nerve fibers or nerve components that contribute to male sexual reflexes. Erection typically occurs in response to parasympathetic stimulation involving activation of pelvic splanchnic nerves. Nitric oxide is released, causing relaxation of the erectile tissue in all of the corporal bodies, allowing blood to accumulate in their corresponding trabeculae. Ejaculation basically involves sympathetic stimulation, first causing glandular release of secretory products, both from the mucus-secreting bulbourethral glands as well as the seminal fluid components that are released from the prostate and the seminal vesicles. Sympathetic stimulation also moves the sperm along the length of the ductus deferens by causing the ductus deferens smooth muscle to contract. Finally, ejaculation ends when motor fibers in the pudendal nerves are stimulated. These motor fibers innervate the skeletal muscles, particularly the bulbospongiosus muscles, at the base of the penis, and when the sphincters associated with the penile urethra relax, seminal fluid is expelled along with sperm through the length of the penile urethra as a result of tonic contractions of that bulbospongiosus muscle. Finally, injury to the bulb of the penis may result in extravasation of urine from the penile urethra into the superficial perineal space. Anatomically, this space is continuous with a corresponding space that lies in the scrotum, and therefore the extravasated urine may pass down into the scrotum and up onto the anterior abdominal wall, but because of the attachments of these fascial layers, it will not extend into the anterior thigh. And the accumulation of this urine in the scrotum, penis, and anterolateral wall is classically indicative of a laceration of either the membranous or penile urethra deep to its fascial coverings, and it's commonly caused by trauma to the perineal region, a saddle injury, that results in this corresponding laceration.